between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Now Devlin. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Devlin. It's caught on the right side, Brown. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Off the bootleg. Devlin. Looking here for Smith downfield. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. McDonald. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harris. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Second and 8. Throwing is McDonald. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's got some space here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
McDonald sets to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, if you have man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
McCann's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Now, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Devlin. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Shoves him away. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. A big play there for Minnesota.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll stick with the passing game. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Romeo Okwara just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's McDonald to throw. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw on 2nd down. McDonald. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's McDonald. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run on first down. It's Robinson. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 at the 4-yard line.
Looking to throw. McDonald to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Back to throw. McDonald toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
McCann's kick up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. McCann now for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Lions 20, Vikings nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Throwing after the interception. Devlin. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Operating from the gun. Devlin. It's caught. Smith. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, Devlin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a play fake here on first down. This is brought in by Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Devlin. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got this to Jefferson. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Lions have recovered. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second and 7.
Just like that. Just like that.
And quickly to the outside. That's caught by Lamb. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Out of the gun, McDonald steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Xavier Woods with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run with Cook. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check.
They try again with Cook. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. McDonald. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, McDonald. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
Touchdown, Detroit! Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Vikings 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Flush to his right. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage, but in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Following the fumble recovery, McDonald. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Looking to throw. McDonald. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front They won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
34's the mic. 34's the mic. He's coming. Check him. Check him.
They go play action with McDonald. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
On 1st down, Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they
Now Devlin. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I know he ain't got it. Hey, watch that, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
McDonald. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Escaping the pressure right. It's caught on the right side, Brown. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On first down, Devlin. It's caught by Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Touchdown, Vikings! CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Right there, 54, right there.
McDonald sets to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
First down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Focus, defense, focus. Mike 54, Mike 54. Mike 54.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
54, come on, 54.
Throwing is McDonald. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's McDonald to throw. Throw right side, taken in by the tight end, Bryant.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Switch. Begin.
Play action. It's McDonald. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
They run. Robinson. Oh, he bowls over him. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu.
The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. 1st down, and they go with Swift again.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's a toss play right to Swift.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And now here is another interception. Desmond King picks it.
And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 33-yard line.
Back to throw. Devlin. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, Devlin. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
From the gun on third down. McDonald, open man, Lamb, it's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Ready? 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Drop deep. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. And we got to get that go.
On the handoff, this is Swift. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On second down now, it's Robinson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
You're not ready. Line 54.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, this from 46. McCann's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting the...
Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
They'll run here with Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Now a first carry for their fullback. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they will take a knee here. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.